Welcome back to Nerd Stuff and Things, where we peel back the layers of your favorite fantasy universes. Today, we're not just telling a story, we are witnessing the multiverse's birth certificate. Before Jace, before Liliana, before any modern walker, there were gods made of scales and ambition. This is the tragic epic history of the Elder Dragons, Nicol Bolas and Ugin, the siblings whose rivalry just didn't span planes, it created the planeswalker phenomenon itself. Our story begins in Dominaria, thousands of years ago. In this time, the Dragon, the origin point of all dragon kind, spawned five of the most powerful dragons the plane would ever know. They are the mighty Arcadus Sabath, the ferocious Palladia Mors, the mysterious Chromium, the destructive Vevictus Amadi, and finally the twins, Nicol Bolas and Ugin. The twins were an anomaly, hatched from a single egg, and this strange birth seems to set the stage for their destiny. Nicol Bolas, born with a boundless ego and an insatiable desire for power, the world was something to be taken and consumed. Ugin was the opposite, introspective, seeking balance, and obsessed with hidden patterns and energy flows of the world. Their lives and the lives of their siblings were defined by the Elder Dragon War, a colossal conflict that tore Dominaria apart. This was a true sibling rivalry that eventually engulfed their whole brood. As the Elder Dragon War raged, Ugin sought answers beyond mere combat. He realized that the sheer magical energy being wielded was leading to disaster. He studied under a wise human shaman named Tijo Ki, learning about metaphysics and the concept of realms beyond Dominaria, the blind eternities. Nicol Bolas, ever the manipulator, saw this as an opportunity. He attempted to control Ugin by directing the very hunters who had killed their sister. Nicol Bolas wanted to force Ugin to fight to prove his superiority. This act of betrayal was the breaking point. The stress, the cosmic shock of realizing his twin's utter lack of empathy caused his magical core to violently rupture. His planeswalker spark ignited. Ugin was ripped from the Dominaria and found himself on the meditation plane, a tranquil realm of pure thought. He was the first of his kind, a pre-mending planeswalker, a near immortal, godlike being of immense power. Nicol Bolas, utterly enraged that his brother had escaped him with his new, unimaginable power, was immediately consumed by his jealousy. His own similar burst of cataclysmic ambition and furious desire for revenge caused his spark to ignite shortly after. The multiverse now had two nascent gods driven by opposing philosophies in a deadly shared history.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Is your closet full of dorky clothes? Are your shirts looking kinda lame? Don't have a cow, because it's time to power up your style. Nerd Stuff and Things merch is here to make you look totally rad. Check out the gear! These shirts are so soft, it's like wearing a cloud on a Saturday morning cartoon marathon. And the designs? They cover all your favorite fandoms, from retro games to anime history. Stop loafing! Supplies are totally limited and selling faster than a speed run. You gotta have this gear before the window closes. Don't miss out on being the coolest nerd on the block. Click the link below and get your Nerd Stuff and Things merch right now.
Quick sidebar for my Magic Gathering nerds. A question often debated is, was Ugin the first planeswalker ever? In the official lore, Ugin is the first name and chronologically confirmed planeswalker to ignite his spark. However, the multiverse is vast and ancient. His mentor, Tiju Ki, a wise human shaman, knew about other planes, hinting that knowledge of the multiverse existed before the Elder Dragon's time. Furthermore, deep lore sources hint at civilizations like the ancient Equilorians existing on the edge of time itself. While it's possible a planeswalker emerged from such a civilization, for all intents and purposes, the planeswalker story begins with Ugin, followed by his twin brother, Nicol Bolas. For centuries, Nicol Bolas used his new godlike status to conquer and rule entire planes. Ugin, maintaining his introspective nature, became the guardian of the multiverse's balance. Their final apocalyptic confrontation of this era took place on a developing plane that would later be known as Tarkir. Nicolo Bolas, using all his cunning and accumulated power, engaged his brother. The battle lasted for centuries and involved weapons far beyond simple elemental breath. They dueled using the very fabric of time and space. Ugin the Spirit Dragon was a master of colorless ghost fire, a force of pure energy, while Nicol Bolas utilized devastating black, blue, and red magic, relying on manipulation and raw destruction. In the end, Bolas won the confrontation. Nicol Bolas left Ugin's shattered spirit body on the plain, seemingly dead, and traveled away, confident in his victory. However, Ugin was not dead. The planeswalker Nahiri found Ugin's spectral remains and, using her mastery of Hedron magic, encased him in a protective, energy draining shell of Hedrons, the same technology she would later use to trap the Eldrazi. This act preserved Ugin's life force and spiritual energy, allowing him to enter a centuries long healing chamber. The legacy of the Elder Dragons and the other pre mending planeswalkers was catastrophic. Their godlike powers were so vast that their conflicts routinely created planar disasters and time rifts, destabilizing the entire multiverse. This culminated in the Time Spiral Crisis and subsequent mending. This event was the massive multiverse wide effort to repair the reality tearing wounds caused by the ancient planeswalkers. The mending permanently changed the nature of the spark, stripping surviving ancients like Bolas of their godlike power and rendering them mortal. Nicol Bolas was stripped of his godhood, and this loss became the foundation for literally every scheme he would ever undertake. His sole ambition became regaining the power he lost to become immortal. Ugin, eventually revived by the time traveling efforts of Sarkhan Vol, awoke as the Spirit Dragon, still dedicated to protecting the multiverse from its greatest threats, including the Eldrazi and his own brother. The tale of Nicol Bolas and Ugin isn't just dragon lore, it's the genesis of Magic the Gathering's very structure. They are the Adam and Eve of the Planeswalker line, showing us what was lost and what still drives the fiercest villain in the multiverse. Who's your favorite Magic the Gathering Planeswalker, and would you like to see a video about their origin story? Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you're into nerd stuff and things as I am, and thank you for watching, and until next time.